So, what are the questions we can ponder? How does a single cell, a fertilized egg, know how to build a complex organism like a frog? If you can see the life cycle of frog itself, it is very amazing. So, it first forms an egg, then at a macro level, it turns into a tadpole, and the tadpole turns into a frog. But before that even starts, let us say the egg and the fertilization and the where does a dorsal and ventral axis of the frog, where is the back of the frog form, where is the legs form? These are very interesting questions that developmental biologists have pondered over the years. So we have to discuss a lot of things, but for this class let us stick with cleavage. So we have two poles we see in every egg. One is an animal pole, one is a vegetal pole. So actually, we have blastomeres inside this egg. So blastomeres is a cell that is formed during cleavage. So what is the difference between cleavage and division? First of all, so cell division is where we have the increase in cell size and number. But here in cleavage, we have increase in number. But even the nucleus divides, but there is no increase in cell size or volume. The same size, but there are a lot of cells after division. That is the cleavage. So you have animal pole and a vegetal pole. The vegetal pole contains lower cytoplasm, and another important thing to remember, the vegetal pole contains a high concentration of yolk. So with this introduction, let us see what are micromeres and macromeres. In the animal hemisphere, we have micromeres. The name says micro, which means small. So why the cells are small here? So here the cells divide very fast. So as a very fast, large number of cells form in a short time. So these cells are small. They have to occupy the same space. That means they have to remain small after division. So these cells, as they divide quickly, they remain small and are called micromeres. Whereas in the vegetal hemisphere, the cells divide slowly and remain large. That is why they are called macromeres. The embryo at this point is a solid bumpy pod of cells, rather like a mulberry. This stage is called a morula. So you can see in this picture, there is a first cleavage, second cleavage where three cells are formed, third cleavage where we have four blastomeres, and first, second, third cleavage, and finally we have morula. Okay, so before going to any of that, you see Balfour's law, you have heard about it. Here, the amount of yolk is inversely proportional to rate of division. That is why we have different concentration of yolks in animal pole and vegetal pole. And if you can see this rounded egg, we have the animal pole and the vegetal pole. You have division rapid in the upper portion where we have micromeres due to fast division, and you have slow division in the lower portion which have macromeres. So the macromeres will eventually form the endoderm, which is also an important point. Now, before we go on to any of the deeper things, let us have to remember what is the cleavage in amphibians. It is holoblastic, unequal cleavage. So, if you can see, the cleavage is unequal due to dense yolk. The vegetal hemisphere we have dense yolk. So we have faster division in animal pole resulting in small animal pole cells and larger vegetal pole cells. So overall the amphibian cleavage is holoblastic and it is all the egg is mesolithical. You have to remember. So actually you can have any questions like the cleavage will be displaced and radial cleavage. So further information I will put you in the next video about what is displaced radial cleavage and what is holoblastic cleavage. For now, just know that amphibian has holoblastic unequal cleavage, which is a displaced radial cleavage. So you can see in this picture the stages of the egg. First, the zygote undergoes cleavage into 8 cell stage, then it forms a blastula. Inside the blastula, if you cut into a cross section, you have blastocele, that the inner cavity is called blastocele. Then you can see this invaginated layer, this is where gastrulation begins in the dorsal lip of blastropore. We will all see these details in the upcoming video. For now, just know the stages. First, blastula is formed, followed by gastrulation. After gastrulation, we have ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Okay, now the next thing. The blastula is a single cell zygote. After multiple rounds of cleavage, it produces a ball of cells called blastula, which is a fluid filled cavity is called a blastocele. So eventually the blastula will organize at the final stages after gastrulation. No, after gastrulation it forms ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. What about before? Before it forms this morula stage where we have inner cell mass, which will become the embryo, the outer layer of trophoblast, which becomes a placenta. Now I will explain you with a picture. So this is a blastocyst, not morula. It is a blastocyst. where the inner cell mass, this rounded area I have highlighted with red ink. This is the inner cell mass which will become the embryo, and the surrounding trophoblast, it forms a placenta. Now this you have to remember even in stem cell point of view. But now just remember, in amphibian development we have a blastocyst, where the outer layer is called trophoblast and the inner layer is the um, inner cell mass becomes the embryo. So inner cell mass, another name is embryoblast. Obviously becomes embryo, so it is called embryoblast. So to summarize, now you can see the zygote. It undergoes cleavage at the eight cells. After the eight cell stage, further cleavage, it forms a blastula. This is a hollow ball. If you take a cross section, you can see the inner cavity, it is called blastocele, and gastrulation, invagination of the dorsal lip, and we have this orchentron and this complete germ layer formation, ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. So, further details and further interesting facts will be presented to you on the upcoming videos. For now, just to see three germ layers are formed: ectoderm, which gives rise to nervous system and epidermis; mesoderm, which gives rise to muscle and connective tissue; and endoderm forms the digestive system. Thank you for your time, and we will see you in the next video.